twin flame souls out there. Welcome to the Twin Flame Awakening Journey podcast, and today is an episode 86. In today's episode, we are going to dive into telepathy, energy, how you're receiving the energy, how you're receiving the messages through telepathy, through your body, and how you are sending the energies and how your twin is receiving them and what is happening. I know that when we first come to this journey, nothing makes sense to us. How come all of a sudden we had that connection with one person and our life turned upside down? You changed, your senses changed, the way you see the world changed, and in this enormous love and longing for a person that you might have met only once or had a very brief encounter. I know that because when I first came to this journey, I just couldn't comprehend with my mind how come I can feel so deeply and so much about the person that I just met for 5 seconds. And I just want to say that this is all real. And in today's episode, I'm going to walk you through of how is it real, how is it working, and I'm also going to put up the test that you can try to do this today and see how it works. And then you would understand that yes, you are sending the messages, yes, you are sending the energy. So thank you so much for being here today. I hope this episode will be helpful. If you have any of these situations in your life, please leave a comment down below, because we are a community and this podcast is a community podcast. It's a journey of yours and journey of others, and your story is always more than welcome. So if you feel like you would like to share your story or something that has happened to you, feel free to send it to twinflameawakeningjourney@gmail.com or info@twinflameawakeningjourney.com. All of the links are in bio. And your support means the world to me. I am so grateful and so thankful that we have so many beautiful souls. And this community that we have today here is beyond beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. And let's dive into today's episode. So we often hear about the telepathy, that in that sense, what is telepathy? I would call that telepathy is energy, because energy that has coded information. And it's like the same like Wi-Fi. Now I would like to say, I compare everything with Wi-Fi. Those of you who were at the workshop on Sunday, I explained that we believe that our mind tends to believe that everything we can see, we can touch, we can have in the sense of physical form is real. But right now you are listening to this podcast through your Wi-Fi or another telecommunication, but you don't see that Wi-Fi. Your brain has trained yourself to know that yes, this is there. But now let's say, take yourself to the point where a person has never seen Wi-Fi. They don't know how the phone will get this kind of information. They never touched it. And you show it to them, yes, you see the Wi-Fi is coming. And they wouldn't understand. They're like, what do you mean? I can't see this. It's not connected. There is nothing. And how the information is coming? Wi-Fi is so-called invisible. Try to show me right now where these frequency lines are coming to your phone that it's happening that you get to listen. I bet you cannot. So it's the same question comes to me, that why are we so afraid or don't want to believe that telepathy and connecting with energy is real? Well, it's very normal, because it feels like in a society is a bit of a taboo. That when you say that, I felt that this is going to happen, or when I felt that my twin was going through something, or when I felt that this was going on there, the most of the society would look at you and say, come on, you're just imagining, it's not real. And I think many of us as a child had a similar situations where you received something, where you were in touch with, let's say, souls or sources, or received some information, adults will say, no, that's not real. That's not what is happening. But when you met your twin flame, or you came across with your twin flame, your Kundalini was activated. And Kundalini is a life force energy. That's why you feel enormous pain. That's why a lot of things in your life will start to fall apart. And I'm going to say that you can activate it just within a millisecond. You don't need time forever. And the transmission of consciousness, so the consciousness is Shiva. I spoke about that on my previous episode. Consciousness is Shiva, up in the head consciousness. And the transmission between consciousness and Shakti, between two people, it's just a moment of union. So it can happen that meeting the person randomly in your life, in any kind of place, just once, and you might not ever see them again. You might never come across with them again. But this was just that meeting, that thing that completed the transmission and activate your Kundalini. I don't like using the word of Kundalini because it's been a bit overused, and it's been in a sense of coming as a marketing word, which is great. I mean, we need to understand it's the same. Twin flames is also a bit of like a label. I like to call Kundalini a life force, love energy, divine source energy. Or you can have this activated in a romantic connection when you're dating someone, when you're connected to someone, when you had actually, and then all of a sudden, it happens in a very early phase. And that's why also it will break apart, because you don't understand what is happening with you. The other way that is a lot of us, and I know I have a lot of souls here today that get very, very confused that how they can be activated just like that, out of nowhere, let's say seeing on a person on television or social media or on YouTube, and even just once, but it happens. Or, you go to the concert, or you go and see them someplace, and it's a moment. And a lot of people, in a sense, would say, oh, you're making this up. This is, you just have a crush on someone and so on. I'm just going to say that those who were on a Sunday's workshop where we did the energy activation, you were able to see how energy travels across the space and world. It doesn't matter. I am here in my physical location, and you are in a completely different physical location, but the energy comes to you. How? Because we cannot stop the energy. And energy is also telepathy. In that sense, there are many forms of energy. We can feel that physically. We can feel this through voices, through messages, through downloads. We can get this through other elements around us. Nothing can stop energy. And that's where it starts, and it's a path to awakening. It's a path to become of who you're supposed to come. Sometimes it takes time. Like for me, the whole process, when a lot of people would say that you're listening to me today and you're seeing my workshops and you are there and you are in my presence, you'd be like, wow. But it took me, within a breaking apart, that energy broke me apart, understanding what happened to me and the recovery, at least 1.5 years, at least. So there was nothing fast. So now going back to the telepathy, in that sense of, is it real? I believe it's 100% real. Because I was able to, when we did, and that's why I would say I would really, really like to invite you to the next workshop, right before the Lionsgate, on 4th of August. And you will see how the energy moves and how the energy transforms. And then you build a trust in between of understanding that you are not crazy and you're receiving energy messages. The same way like Wi-Fi. You're connecting to that energy and you're receiving the information. So today's podcast, I would like you to take this information that you are like a Wi-Fi that connects, or like a, you know what is that, Bluetooth, in that sense that you connect for those who are on the same frequency. So, and I know this is also a lot of times where my method goes really against what is out on internet. And I'm going to say here again, I am not right or wrong. And nobody is right and wrong. And my truth is not exactly that, yes, that's how it's going to be. I believe in multidimensional truth. I believe that in everything there is a bit of a truth and there is a bit of a ways. But what I truly, truly believe in is that when we're listening to our source and we are connecting to our source, we know what we need to do next. And we know how to connect within our inner truth. That's why that telepathy becomes very scary for us and we try to brush it off. I often get this question of asking, and there are these top 3 questions are such as, can I just stop this? Can I just stop thinking about it? And today I would like you to take this moment, just reflect by yourself. Have you ever been able to stop it just by saying, I'm going to stop this? I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to stop thinking about this person. I'm going to stop anything. I will do anything else. I just would like you to reflect on this. Have you been successful on this? You can occupy your mind by working, by doing fitness. You can occupy your mind of listening endless of YouTube videos, trying to constantly occupy your mind. And at the end of the day, right before you go to bed, the energy comes and tells you again. You can avoid, yes, you can avoid. We can avoid getting the message. It's the same like you avoid of going to the mailbox and opening your mailbox and getting a letter. You can avoid that. But somehow sooner or later it arrives there. So what I'm trying to tell you this is that when the energy is coming, there is no way of fighting against it. This is why I don't believe in that method of stop thinking about them, stop giving them energy. Because energy is more powerful than you are as your ego, 10 times more powerful. We need to allow connect to the energy. We need to come to that present moment and connect and see what the energy is doing for you. When I had this beautiful soul, she did a channeling with me and she wrote to me, Rachel, so nicely, and I think I mentioned that on my last podcast, but maybe I didn't. She told me, why is every time when I do channeling with you, I feel so much in peace and I feel so connected? Why? Because you're connected to the source. You are connected to your truth. You're connected to your soul. And this is why for me, when somebody says that they are trying to push the energy away, stop the energy, I would like to have your comments over here. Have you been successful on this? Have you been able to cut off the energy? If you have, feel free to share that. Because I don't believe in that. And I'm going to say, you don't have to believe what I believe. I want you to know what is happening with you on this journey. And so telepathy in that sense is real. The energy is coming to you to tell you something. I had this on the Sunday group session, and the girl wrote to me because she came to talk about it. Unfortunately, this time, this session is not available on Patreon, and it's because it was a live energy activation session, and there were a lot of people with the cameras, and they like to respect their privacy. I might use some snippet what they were sharing after this on my upcoming episodes, just to understand what happened. If you would really like to join, please sign up through Patreon. It's out there already. So on the 4th of August, we will have another energy activation that's going to happen. And on the 8th of August, I will be doing a live event where I sell the tickets for, so you can buy your ticket for this, where we'll do exactly for the entering into the source of Lionsgate, the union, the portal of manifestation, and we'll have a 2-hour session, which is very, very powerful. So you can obviously join that one. But I want to just talk about it, how the telepathy and the connection in between all of you is real. And so the girl wrote to me after she came and shared, and she said to me, "Yesterday I was sharing with you my story about panic attacks and burnout. Today I talked to my twin, and it turned out that last month he was going through the same issue, burnout, because of work and high anxiety. I actually felt that some part of my state was not fully mine, but on the surface he looked so happy, always, and relaxed. I couldn't imagine he was going through hard times, and also he knows how to mask it a lot. And now everything came to a logic." In my previous episode, I was telling you that this time we might be experiencing a lot of overwhelming experiences, such as you feel like crying, or you feel like very exhausted, you feel that something is shifting and something is there. Her message was exactly clear, which I always talk about it, that we feel what they feel. And why? Because we are one. We are exactly one. There is oneness. I loved also another person who was on our group session. She said to me that she was able to see how the energies in between come together and is in a oneness, and we give it back. And it was so beautiful to see that, yes, it's all happening and it's all real. But why we don't believe in it? Because our eyes see different. I can say that when I went through the hell, when I went through that pain, that I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't understand what is happening to me. I was so weak. But everyone else noticed that I am the most happiest person at this moment. So you see, our eyes see one thing, but what is happening inside is a complete opposite. That's why I say, well, when we see things from the distance, with our eyes, or we see their social media where they say they're so happy, everything is happening for them, but inside of you, you feel like, no, something is wrong, something is happening, and I feel that. And her example was a very good example. I'm just going to read this one more time, just that you could settle this in. Yesterday, I was sharing with you my story about panic attacks and a burnout. Today, I talked to my twin, and it turned out last month he was going through the same issue, burnout, because of the work and high anxiety. I actually felt that some part of my state was not fully mine, but on the surface, he looked so happy and always so relaxed and so present. I just couldn't simply imagine that he was going through such a hard times. And also he knows how to mask a lot. And now everything came to a logic. That's why I say that when you are receiving the messages through telepathy, you're sitting today in a meditation and you feel like something is coming, tells you, hey, I'm here. Hey, I love you. Hey, I'm here to connect with you. Or I miss you. Or I feel very sad. Or anything. And I would always say, write these things down. This is called what you're receiving. This is the information. You are not crazy. Have them written down for you. And also, I'm just going to say that this was another day morning when I was meditating, and it came through me that what if we would live in a world where we would all speak the truth from our soul? Where we would all allow ourselves to be the ones who we are, not playing the games. That, I don't know if I should say this. I don't know if I should do this. I'm going to say to you that as you have arrived to my podcast over here, which is such an honor to have you here, take this that you start speaking your truth more. And this brings me back to the letting go and surrendering. I mentioned that on a workshop, but I'm going to say it here as well. Often we think, or on internet also, we see that letting go means that we need to let go of that person. No, it's not about letting go of the person. And often I hear that, yes, I'm going to let go. I will no longer think of this person. I will no longer put my energy into this. I will no longer do any of this energy work or healing. I'm done. I'm finished. All right. But letting go means actually that you get very comfortable within the fact that you love someone and you feel so connected and you are able to speak your truth. And I'm not going to say that speaking your truth is so powerful. That's why share your story or write your story down or share these events, what has happened to you. Why? Because the moment you share your truth, you lift off so much weight from your shoulders. All of a sudden you feel like, I don't need to hide anymore. I don't need to question if it's real or not. That's why also the retreat that is coming up this November. The reason I do so-called twin flames retreat, that there is a twin flames together, because we understand each other and you are comfortable of lifting up your truth. I know when I went to a retreat, I didn't want to talk about this. Why? Because first of all, I couldn't accept it for myself. And second of all, I was like, how on earth I'm going to explain that experience to someone? How on earth I'm going to say that I met someone by accident. All of a sudden, everything in my body, in my life, in the universe was so different. The time was distorted. And maybe there was a lot of part of the shame and guilt because I didn't want to feel this way. And my ego didn't want to feel this way. My soul, of course, my soul was like, welcome home. Welcome home. Here you are. So I just wanted that you get comfortable of speaking your truth that happened to you. Once you do that, so much energy will be lifted from you. And so letting go means also that you get very, very comfortable of telling to your twin or telling to somebody else, how do you feel about them? And have no expectation how they're going to respond. And this is the hard one. This is also letting go and surrendering. Letting go and surrendering doesn't mean that, oh, I'm going to delete them from Facebook or Instagram. I'm not going to look at their social media. I'm going to move on with my life. I'm going to do. No, it's an avoidance. This is not letting go. This is an avoidance. You try to avoid of seeing yourself in a mirror. You try to avoid the connection. You're trying to run away from it. You're trying to close it down. But when you let go, let's say if I would tell to my twin today, yeah, you changed my life. You made me to fall in love with you that I had never fallen in love. And that connection was so profound. And I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful that you showed me this. And I'm thankful for this love. And I leave it there. I don't expect him to say, yes, I love you too. Yes, I want to be with you too. Yes, you are this and that. Although I'm going to say that if you are on a true twin flame journey, your twin always felt the same way. There is no doubt in that. But the reason we are not in together or in a space together is because of the ego life and the 3D life. Because we have, let's say, some of us are married. And I will talk about that because there are a lot of questions that have come up with a marriage. That is it fair that you are married but at the same time loving another person? I want to talk about this in an upcoming episodes of about, because I had an episode previously, but I now will go even deeper. And especially the questions that have been risen. And when you are able to do that, when you're able to send a message of saying, I will love you, and I'm so thankful that you are in my life, but you do not expect them to say that back because you're letting go. You're letting go of love. And if that love is about to return to your life, it will return. If you are, and this is letting go. Letting go is not blocking, running away, detox, all of that. This is not letting go. Letting go is uncomfortable to get in your own truth. And that's why I would highly recommend you to start writing down what you're experiencing it. because then you see that your truth is real and you're not making this up. And so that brings me back to this telepathy and energy. I think you had a bit of a time to think about it. Have you been able to stop this? And I think the answer maybe is no. Because when the energy is coming through you, and we were able to see that on a workshop, the energy starts from somewhere. It starts to open up something for you, and you don't understand what it's doing. And you can try to stop it. You can, but then it comes back again. I would really highly recommend you to come on the workshops and just see it. The reason I do these workshops is to bring you to your trust and to your source, to start trusting this journey and start trusting the telepathy. So if you have received messages today or yesterday or through your dreams, they're real. Energy travels to time and space. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have barriers. If it wants you to tell you something, if it wants to show you something, it will do that. And so now let's go into this fact of, but how do I know? How do I know, or how do I send the energy to my twin flame? Or how do I connect? Or how is it even real? Okay. I have a activation for this, but you can use whichever one works for you super well. But I want to put here a little disclaimer. Before you try this method, please always remember that this method is a power. It's a very powerful method. And don't ever abuse the power. Because when we abuse the power and we don't know how to handle the energy, it comes back. You have to be very mindful and very careful of your intentions and things that you do. So I just want to say that what I'm going to teach you today about telepathy and how you're connecting through the energy, use this to see that you have this power. Use this as an understanding that, wow, I am one, I am connected. And whatever I set out there as an intention, however I'm going to connect with the energy, it is really, really going to happen. I'm going to show you 2 different ways or explain you through 2 different things. And I would highly recommend you to try this out and let me again know if that works for you. Just because it's a community here. And it's not only my word against another word. Like I said, you are one. You are one with me. I channel over through some of the messages that you have been. And I just want to say that right before we're going to go into this, I'm going to explain you something to do. I get these questions also like, oh, I don't want to think about this person. I don't want to send them love. I don't want to be connected with them. It's so exhausting. I keep on doing the healing work. I should stop this because, let's say, something says to me I'm not supposed to. Okay. And try these 2 different things. Just try by yourself. Just try it and just see it. Because when somebody says to you and you don't try, you never know how it is. And we are just based on somebody says. This is why I'm really not the big fan of, how do I say, rules and regulations. I love freedom. I love freedom when we discover who we are. So try now out. You feel that in your heart a lot of energy is coming. You feel your heart is getting hot. You feel your heart is expanding, something is happening. And you feel how this heart this energy wants to connect with your twin. And you're feeling this. A lot of energy is in your heart. A lot is happening. And now you would say, no, I'm not supposed to send the love and healing energy. I cannot heal and love them. I'm not going to send it. And you stop this process. All right? How do you feel? Do you feel happy? Do you feel like you did the right thing of not sending the love and connecting to the love? Or do you feel like, no, my twin and me, we deserve love, connection together. I want to share this love. I want to share this energy. I have it inside of my heart right now. I want to send it all the way to feel this connection. Which way you see like? Again, it's very personal. But take this with you. When you feel the sexual energy, are you trying to stop this and say, I shouldn't be feeling this? Or do you feel that this energy is healing you, opening up for you the connection, connecting deeply within you? Or do you feel like you want to scream and dance or sing along? Are you feeling like you would dance with your twin and being in that moment? But then you want to stop because I shouldn't be sending them energy. How does it make you feel? I would say here, everything that happens through this life force, so-called Kundalini energy, allow it to happen. The faster you are going to get used to with this and you're understanding how connected you are, there is no doubt in a minute that you don't know what is happening in your twin's life. There's no doubt in that. And I get this question often asked, and I'm just going to say this before even the next episode. My twin is getting married with somebody else. My twin is married to this person, and so it's very 3D. And then I would ask, but the statistics show that 50% of the marriages fail. 50% of the marriages. So it's every other one. There's a divorce. Every other marriage. And it's even sometimes funny for me that we are signing for the paper that the statistics are 50%. Yep. And many of us are staying in a relationship where we are completely unhappy, sad, and not fulfilled with our life. My ego mind would be always against the marriage. Yeah, my ego mind, if I'm totally honest, is always against the marriage. I would always say that, well, if you got together with a person, you gave your word, and now you're going to stick to that. But then my soul always goes into the place of saying, but you have no power here. Life is going to take its own turns, and it's going to bring its own ways, and it's all going to happen as it's supposed to happen. You are thinking that you are in control? No. And that's exactly what I'm saying again through telepathy. And you are thinking you are in control? Receiving and sending messages? I don't think so. Or maybe if you do, let me know again. So I go from here to this exercise now. And this is something really, really try. I would recommend you to do the meditation or the connection on Patreon with what I have. But I would say, really, you can use what works the best for you. It's designed for the telepathy connection. It's designed, the sounds are designed for the wavelength. But again, everything works if you believe in it and if you're connected with that. So you don't have to do my Patreon one, but if you wish, go ahead. And I just want to say also, I keep on delaying that exercise, but I want to say that until the Lionsgate, we have 2 workshops that will help you to the next workshop. So if you want to do these workshops anytime, any place, they're available on Patreon from this week on. We're starting to go into that. So just to say that there is more what is happening. So I would like you to set an intention. But in a sense of, first you do your 10 minutes meditation at home, or you connect, or you're in the beach, or you are in a, let's say, in a public place. You close your eyes and you connect. You connect with your source and with an intention, because it's important to calm your mind. So either you do breathing or you're listening and you're connecting for about 10 minutes. Then I would like you to take your hands and rub them together, that you feel like you really rub them together in between each other, that you feel that there is starting to become some kind of an energy field. When you pull your hands away from it, you feel that there is an energy field. And you can play around with this a little bit before you open your eyes. You're still in a state of meditation. You rub your hands and you connect. Now you can come out of it, and you can rub your hands as long as you need, that you feel that there is a connection in between. And you can come out of the meditation or the situation and have that energy around you. And now let's say you are in a public place. You're in a public place and you pick a person. You look at the person. Let's say they are standing towards you with their back. And you pick a person and you start with your eyes, or even with your hands. You can place your hands. You send them a message. You say, let's for example, turn around, turn around, turn around. I look at you, I look at you, I look at you. And just stare and see what happens. Then you can take a next example. Let's say they turn around and you see, wow, that worked. Okay. Now you can do a next example of the same way, that you connect. The connection is very important. We can't do anything from our mind. It's the same thing again from that you are a Wi-Fi. That if the Wi-Fi is not connected, the Wi-Fi is not coming to your phone, the Wi-Fi is not giving you signal, or the 4G or 5G and so on. So you need to be connected. Always remember to close your eyes, connect with the source, and be in a state of calm. If you're going to do this exercise from the place of, I want to see what's going to happen, I'm going to try, and you don't have any trust within, because everything starts from the trust and the source, then it's very unlikely that it's going to happen to you. Because you are in a place of, I need to prove something, I need to see how it works, I need to make sure that it's correct, and so on and so on. So now, for the second part, you can do even more. You connect, you see that worked, you connect, you feel maybe what is coming, and now this time you don't pick a person, but you allow it to come to you. Like the moment you wake, you are coming out of the state, and let's say you see a child, or you see a dog, or you see a person again, and you would say, for example, you open your hands towards receiving, like you're sending the energy through your hands, and you would say, come to me. And you don't say that out loud, but you're like, come to me, come and hug me, come and say something to me, and watch what happens. I want you to try this thing just because to see that you would get the trust that this works. And now I'm just going to say that sometimes, of course, you need to be ready. It works very well with people like children, animals, and the looking at works very well with others. But we have to also understand that sometimes we hold back ourselves from the ego. Like I said in the beginning, that we don't say and we don't live by the light and by the energy of ourselves. We often, let's say, I'm sure you had situations where you see, let's say, somebody and you want to tell them, wow, you have such a beautiful dress, or wow, this necklace suits you so well, because this necklace most probably means something to that person. And when you would have said that, you would have channeled some information for this person, but you were holding it back. I'm sure you can. I have had many times where I really want to say something to someone, and then I'm like, stop bothering people. Why do you need to tell them all the time something? Why do you need to do? And later on, this information comes out, and I was like, I knew it. I knew it all the time. So why do I talk about this exercise today? It's because to see how you can send the message and connection with your twin flame, and how is it all real. And you're not making this up. You're not making up that when your twin flame feels sad, or you are not making it up when your twin feels like they need time, or when you're, I'm sure, and this is something very hard for the ego, to sometimes you just say to your twin, hey, I just wanted to tell you that you were in my mind and I love you, or I feel connected to you, or I hope you're doing okay. And even if they don't respond, that's okay, because that's part of the letting go. So learn to let go. you would know that you made a change. And again, I'm going to say that I'm sure in your life you had situations where you receive a message from some complete strangers who tells you, hey, it's all going to be okay. I'm here for you. And you would look at this and you'll be like, how do they know? How they know how to help me? It's energy. And the more we open our throat chakra, the more we connect with the source, the more open we are. And that's where the magic starts to happen. So try these exercises. Save this podcast for the second, or also go over to the Patreon. Save this to open it up for you and see what happens. I want to just say to you that if you're going to do that from the place of, and now we could actually talk about it, I'm going to say this as well. So why, when we have such a strong connection together, when we can do all of these things, why do they run? Why they don't want to come back to me and be with me? Well, the why and how is from the mind, because mind wants to know why this is happening like this, and the how is how to get there and how to do that and how to make the magic happen. It's all from the mind. But we have to understand that there is a process along. I loved another day I had a beautiful soul on the call, and she told me such a beautiful words, and I love them. She said, the separation is the first phase of coming home. And now think of that this separation here, what you're going through, is helping you to go back to the source, helping you to become a person you are supposed to become, connecting you with the source and the magic that you have. So, but if there wouldn't be a separation, you would have never opened these things. When I was at the training, it turns out that we humans are using 0.1% of our senses. So 99.9% of the senses we have, we're not using them. Wow. And here we are learning to use them and learning to understand the energy. And I am so grateful and so thankful for each one of you who have decided to connect with me, to help me to get there, or to guide them. I'm not here to say actually I'm helping. I'm here to guide you, because you have all the information. You have all the knowing. You have it. I just guide you. I'm like the light who's saying, come towards here, come towards here. It's all going to be okay. I liked how on our last podcast, on one of our beautiful soul, I will put her feedback here just because she's so beautiful. She is just, oh wow, you know how much you mean to me all. You are my gift of that journey. And thank you for being that. So she said, you promised to me that it will get easier. I will put it over here. I let her to have it, not let that, it's my words. So it's from the last workshop.
Hi, thank you so much. I was running late this morning and I didn't think I was going to be here, but something just kept pressing me to be here and I made it. And the experience, I was thinking, how do I even describe what I just experienced? And you said magical, and it was amazing and incredible. And I was just overtaken by like so much joy and bliss and a ton of sexual energy, which was just out of this world. I can't even like there's no words. And towards the end, it was just like this feeling of peace and serenity and tranquility. And I remember one time, Bridget, you saying that it's going to get better, and you reassured me of that. And you were so right. It's been just such a magical, incredible journey. And thank you so much for just provide for this experience. You have no idea how much it means to me. Thank you.
So yeah, I am so thankful, and how beautiful she is. Wow, what a transformation. Wow. And yeah, so that's what is today's. I want you to try. I want you to test. I want you to get into that. There are going to be 2 workshops on Patreon each week until we arrive to Lionsgate. There will be another free session that I'm offering because I know it's powerful. But for those who want to take it for the really next level, there is an event on 8/08. I will be doing 2 different sessions, and I would like to put this for the morning hour because morning is when we are the most connected. I know we like to sleep, but make yourself an exception that you wake up early and you connect. If there is more demand that somebody wants to do it in the evening, I will be doing, but there is a special event for 8/08. Get your tickets now. They will be out on the website. And it will be a 2 hours inner dance energy activation that will manifest and take you to the next level. So feel free to join that. So thank you for being here. I'm just going to go through a few things more. Is the retreat. Retreat happens on the 8th of, and all the information is already on the website. 8th of November till 12th of November, 11/11, we will have a big celebration because we are opening the gate to next consciousness, connection, unity, love. I have right now 3 places available. I know I received more emails prior when this was not yet announced. Please make sure you are going to sign up on the website that is linked down here to book your spot, because I will not be taking more than 11 person this time. And I also want to say what is the beautiful of this retreat, that you are going to build friends for a lifetime. You're going to have a connection, so profound connections for a lifetime. I had a beautiful, during my birthday party, another soul, she came here to celebrate it with me. We met at the retreat, she came. And I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. I just want to say, you are a true gift. Thank you for each of your like, your subscribe, your donations. Wow, people, you are the best. And I'm so glad that you are here. Thank you. And I want to also say that the retreat is the same. You're going to build yourself a community. You're going to feel that you're not crazy, and you're going to take this to the next level. You will see the program on the website, and I said 3 places. I like to have men joining us, so if you're a man and you're listening to it, think about it for a moment that maybe you do yourself a Christmas gift this year because you deserve it. Or women also. I'm more than happy to have women, of course, as well. It's just we have 1 man right now. And men bring a different energy. And I like when we have different energies. I like when we have this magic happening. And I know it's very difficult to convince men to come. But just if you felt that today's episode spoke to you, then come along. It'll happen in November. So yeah, that's it. If you would like to book a call with me, or you feel like you need to talk and get it out, as you know, every first consultation call comes with an energy activation. I had this also. I just wanted to share about this, that another day a woman also wrote to me that since my first call with you, a lot of moments happened within my energy and soul. It's amazing how you canalized myself, because things are moving so fast. I've cried a lot as ever, but I also felt higher love and joy that I have ever felt. My impatient personality wants to call you right now, but I know I have to wait for 21 days. So that's why I say that the first call always comes with an energy activation, because I believe in energy. I am devoting my life for the energy. Whatever I can channel, whatever I can help, I will do that. This is why the 4th of August, again, is a free session. Just please sign up on a Patreon as a free. You don't have to pay anything for that, because I believe in energy. And I want to show you how energy will do the magic. Anyways, Thank you for being here. So like I said, if you would like to book a call, twinflameawakeningjourney.com. All of the information is links in bio. And try it out, what I taught you today. You are amazing. Lots of love and lots of light.
Sometimes I feel like giving up, you're giving in. But everything happens for a reason. It won't always be blue skies ahead. Sometimes you might need a helping hand. Just like iron, sharpens iron, making me stronger, calling me higher. When we come together, just like iron, sharpens iron, making us stronger, calling us higher. When we're helping each other, we're growing together. It's so unnecessary worrying about life. I might not have it all, but I know I'll be alright. He's gonna challenge me to be the best I can be, and to give back to those who need it. It won't always be blue skies ahead. Sometimes you might need a helping hand. Just like iron, sharpens iron.